We're on location at the Irene Country Lodge out in Pretoria for the launch of the new, well, the model enhancement, as they call it, of the Hyundai Creta. Now built in Indonesia instead of India, which is quite an interesting change as well. But the most distinctive change on the exterior has got to be this grille. It really is different. Reminds you of the Palisade, big brother. Of course, on the executive model, you do get the lower model as well. You've got these lovely daytime running lights framed by the chrome on the grille. You've got the sort of vertical headlights over here. Got all the effect over here, and it really looks the part, I must tell you, especially the executive model, as I said, that we're in right now. 17-inch mag wheels, they look, again, they've changed the wheels. So that's the big change on the front end. Other than that, another feature that they have got on the car, of course, is this used to be black, now silver, running from the A-pillar right through to the rear panel over here. Again, an interesting treatment, interesting feature as well. And it makes the car look pretty distinctive, I think. On the rear end, not too much change, but interesting because a lot of manufacturers are suddenly doing the light panel right across the boot. It was on the last one, they've actually taken it off this time. And now you just got the lights very similar over there, but minus that light panel over there. So those are the kind of changes they've made. Interesting, different, but the point is obviously to drive the car. So what we're going to do is check it out on the road, see what it was like on the road. Also, what they've done that's quite interesting is there's only one engine option now. 1.5 litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder petrol engine, 84 kilowatts, 148 newton meters of torque, manual, or what Hyundai call IVT, intelligent variable transmission. In other words, their version of a CVT. We'll check it out and we'll tell you exactly what it's like. Opening up, you can have a look at the boot over here. Good size. I'd estimate this at about the 300 litre mark. Got a net over there, a luggage net, which is quite useful. The back seats, of course, can fold 60-40. And when you lift the board, you'll notice, I'm not going to lift it completely because the net, full size spare wheel. Well done, Hyundai. And just bring the camera here, there's something else. Look there, 12-volt socket in the boot area. That's a touch that you don't get on every car, and I quite like it, quite useful. So I will give you points for that. Of course, the test for any car is space, especially when you're in a, can we call family type car, compact SUV, is the space in the back seat. I've just set the driver's seat for myself. Check this legroom. That is impressive. And note, enough headroom with my hat on. So I like to say this adds a good few inches or centimeters to my challenge in my vertical height and etc. Other thing, you do have one USB in the back, and you have air con vents in for the back seats as well. So these are touches that are nice to know. Just to tell you quickly, seeing as you've got the camera here, executive trim over Elite gives you leather, well, artificial leather, whereas the Elite is cloth seats. So that's one of the differences between the models. And very importantly, in this category of car, Isofix on the rear seat, on the two outer seats. Those are things that buyers are looking for, that are important.
It's Will and Al. Hey, Al.
Hey, Will.
What are you in?
The new, well, the model enhancement, as they call it, of the Hyundai Creta.
And how are you enjoying it?
So far, nice. I mean, smooth. Interesting spec, though. I think that's something I must point out. We've just come onto a piece of dirt road.
I just want to point out we're on a dirt road and we're now testing the dynamics of the car.
Yeah, on dirt.
Pretty good.
I mean, it's been very smooth on the freeways. Even with you driving.
It's quiet.
It was pretty good. I'm doing 60 k's an hour on the dirt right now. Let's just settle it around 60 to see what it's like. In fact, I've gone up to 70. What's interesting is this new model, first of all, is no longer built in India. It's now being built in Indonesia and brought to South Africa. But they have changed the engines. So now you can only get a 1.5 naturally aspirated petrol engine.
With a wheezy 84 kilowatts and 148 newton
48 newton meters, yeah. So it's not high on power, let's put it that way, okay?
And it is quite a big car.
Bigger than you think, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room in the back.
Yeah, yeah, surprisingly spacious for what it is in the category. Spec-wise, this is the executive versions, the more expensive version, and you're paying a 30,000 Rand premium over the lower spec version. So it gives you leather and mags and a few other items, inductive charging and wireless Android connectivity, things like that that you get on the upper spec model as we're in now. But I don't know, that 1.4 turbo, I kind of think that should be the halo model in the range, don't you think so?
I absolutely agree. I think it just needs a little bit more power.
Yeah.
The 84 kilowatts is okay. It's enough to get you around the highways and things. Overtaking is a bit of a planned maneuver, as we have tested on the car. I'm a little bit disappointed we don't have climate control.
Yeah, manual aircon is kind of...
At this particular pricing point, there are cars that are more affordable with
way lower priced cars that do have auto air conditioning these days.
It's a small little niggle. Because, I mean, the quality of build of this car is I think very, very good. It's
solid.
The finishes are good. Plastics are high quality. It doesn't rattle. So we're putting it through its paces on the dirt road now, especially with your driving. My word, Alan.
What? At 70 k's an hour.
It's bouncy.
Oh, where's it bouncing, man?
The just over there. But the car is sucking it up.
Yeah.
And we're not picking up any rattles.
No.
And I must say that the suspension on the car feels firm. It's not a total comfort drive, but it's also not a hard drive.
Yeah. And the other thing just to point out is the gearbox.
Yes.
It's what Hyundai term the IVT, which is the intelligent variable transmission.
So it's a CVT with a fancy name.
It's Hyundai's version of a CVT. That's what it is, okay?
And you know I don't like CVT boxes, but this one I thought is...
You moaned less than usual about this one.
I thought it was on point. You know, so on the highway specifically, normally these CVT boxes are a bit jump down, make a lot of noise, and nothing else much happens. This one doesn't jump down. It has a graduated increase in your rev range.
Well, what surprised me is that the fact that you didn't moan about it.
No, it's intuitive. The way it drives is intuitive. And
well, that's why they call it intelligent.
That's why I really appreciate the box. They nailed it on the box. There's no doubt about it.
No, look, I've experienced this box in a few of the other products before, and for the type, it's actually a very good version.
Yes.
And let's call it that. Okay, so no complaint. And look, interesting fact they mentioned during the presentation, that 70% of Creta sales have been to female. Didn't you find that quite fascinating?
I don't judge, but
no, I'm not judging at all. But what I'm saying is that it is in the mom's taxi category.
You can see why.
That's what I'm saying, and
you can absolutely
they've nailed it with that. Yeah. And the IVT, this box is perfect for that segment and for that market. So they've got it right. Now the range is one manual in the lower spec.
Yeah. And
then the IVT in the lower or upper spec. And you're starting at 409,900 for the base manual, can I call it 430 for the base auto, and then 469,900 as we're driving now.
Yeah.
4 year, 60,000 K service plan.
And 200,000 K 7-year warranty.
Correct, which is standard for Hyundai. Yeah. It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It is. And as I said, the road surface here is breaking up a bit.
I was going to say, just show the road quickly because we're hitting quite a bad section here.
The viewers can't really see it. It's hard to tell from camera. Yeah. But we are hitting some bumps and things here. It's not actually Alan's driving. I was only kidding earlier. But the car is actually handling really well.
We're taking it nicely, I must say.
It's not designed as an off-road vehicle.
No.
I think kind of taking us on this particular trip to show us what the car is actually capable of and what kind of solidity they have behind their platform.
Yeah.
They, I think, are justifiably proud of.
I think they're fairly brave to have actually given us this stretch of road to drive.
Yeah, now it's smoothed out a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll catch up with the viewers.
And we're going to obviously show you the outside, the inside, the trim, the specs. You'll get all of that, but on the road, thumbs up from me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Behind the wheel, you've got a TFT screen for the driver. The instrumentation I'm going to call fairly basic, but it tells you what you need to know, and that's what really counts, and that's what's important. Now, we're in a different car, not the one we drove. I can tell you that our fuel consumption for the drive today, or while I was driving anyway, over about a 75k route, including nearly 20 k's of dirt, was 6.0 litres per 100. That's impressive for a car this size, this space. I'm impressed by that. You've of course got your multifunction steering wheel with the buttons you would expect to find on here. I'm not even going to go through them, not important. You've got cruise control. That's a nice one to have, of course. Come over to the center screen over here. Can I call it the standard Hyundai screen? You've seen it before, you'll see it again. It's across the Hyundai range. Works well, that's what counts. Android works, all those things. Now, Alan's picky point. Manual air conditioning in today's day and age? In a car in this category? I'm a touch disappointed. I really would have expected auto air conditioning. I know you're going to tell me it's not important. I want it. Then you drop down. Bring the camera in here, please. 2 USBs and a 12 volt. That's pretty good. And you've got a charging pad over there. Those are the things you want. I mentioned IVT or CVT gearbox and electronic parking brake. Again, nice, works, efficient. That's what counts. So, let's talk prices. William, talk to me here, please. I know you're behind the camera.
No, I'm not.
What do you think of the price here? As we're sitting in the car right now.
It's got a lot of competition.
It has.
So there are a number of competitors in this particular segment that, on a pricing point of view, offer similar value points. The mix is always slightly different, of course. I think the Creta, and I keep coming to the name, the Creta. Who came up with the name?
You know where it comes from.
Does it mean the people who drive it are then Cretans?
No.
So just, yeah.
It's from the island Crete. Santa Fe is, of course, if you remember, Tucson, Santa Fe, etc. Hyundai were naming their vehicles after places. And Creta is from the island of Crete.
Aha.
That's where it comes from.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah,
but then people genuinely who come from the Isle of Crete are known as Cretans.
I think they are.
There you go.
But then again, there's the other connotation of it, which would apply to you.
Which would be if I drove, for example, one of the competition here, the Opel Mokka, would I then be a Mokkan?
No, you'd be a mockery.
That was quick. That was quick off the cuff. I'm impressed, Alan. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. And one of the other competition, you know, obviously comes from the new Chinese mark, the Cherries.
Absolutely. The Tiggo 7 Pro definitely comes into it, which offers way more electronic kit, let's be honest, and the toys and things like that, shall we call it. But now, and hang on, while we're talking this category.
So let's just go back to the pricing. So this particular model is
469,900.
Rand. Call it 470,000.
Correct. You can get the lower spec, same engine, gearbox, everything for 430, 429.9.
Okay.
And then you get the manual at 410.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the price range.
That's kind of like the range. So, you know, there's a spread there.
There is.
And
it's competitive with the market. We were talking the Mokka just now, which the lower spec Mokka at exactly the same kind of money, 470.
Yeah.
But look, what you're getting here is you're getting Hyundai reliability.
Yes.
You're getting Hyundai reputation.
7 years warranty,
7-year
warranty.
4 year, 60,000k service plan. Solid build. I mean, come on, this car was impressive on that dirt road. No rattles, no shakes, no nothing.
Yeah.
it feels solid on the road, eh?
It handles
does.
well.
Planted.
It handles well.
Yeah.
And I like the gearbox. We
Yeah.
talk about it a bit on the road.
I'm still in shock.
This
I
is
am
an
still
IV, this is an ICVT box, and I want to point out it hasn't got a sport mode.
Yeah.
That gives you full manual control as far as manual on these
Yeah.
boxes goes. But that's a good one. And
I'm
it
still in
shifts-
shock that you've actually said you like it.
I amaze myself and continue to surprise myself at my ability to
This
shock,
is a
to
first.
shock you.
You know that.
To
This
shock
is a
you.
first.
Long may
Okay.
it continue.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, as you say, also for me the picky point is just the little lack of,
Yeah.
you have to turn a knob to get cold. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, really, it's such hard work.
We'll get over
It's such hard work, isn't it?
it. The finishes on the car, the interior finishes, we
Neat,
also mentioned. Good.
Solid. Well done. Yeah.
It looks like this car is going to last a very
Yeah,
long time.
correct.
I get a sense of endurance about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So pricing point, I think it's fair. I think they've got it right. The mix is going to come down to individual taste and preferences.
100% agree.
There's a lot of space in the back.
More than some of the competitors.
More than some of the competitors.
Yeah, let's give it that.
I am sitting in the front seat here, holding the camera, and my legs are fully extended,
Yeah.
and I'm somewhat taller than Alan. Not that takes a hell of a lot. But the point of the matter is that I've got more than enough room here in the front, and there's more than enough room in the back.
Yeah.
And that, at this pricing point, is not common.
No.
So it's going to come down to buyer's choice, actually.
It's
at the end
going
of
to
the
now.
day.
Let's also just put in context. The Creta has been a great success for Hyundai in South Africa.
I think they sold quite a few of them.
They have.
Yeah.
This is an improvement. It's a step up.
Yeah.
So in other words, if the previous one was successful, then this one should continue, if not improve.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Which one?
The 1.4 litre turbo motor.
Okay, right. That
Should
they
that
had
be
before.
on here? Is it going to come onto this model once you've got used to this new pricing point, or what's going to happen?
Well, they didn't tell us that, did they?
No, they didn't.
But the issue I see, and this is my perception, is pricing point.
Pricing point.
It's going to pump it out of the category if they bring it. Because it's going to add at least 50,000 Rand, maybe more to the price, and I'm throwing a number here.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's going to then take this car over thresholds into new territory, and yeah, people are price sensitive these days. There's
I
no
think so.
doubt. And you can get away with a few thousand Rand, but on 470, can you imagine going to 520, 530?
Yeah, it's a big jump.
You're going to have to talk nicely to your bank manager to jump from the one to the other.
Yeah.
And that's where I think there could be a good case for either not, or bringing it in maybe in a year's time as a halo.
Yeah.
Okay, we can.
It
yeah.
actually makes sense, Alan, what you're
Yeah.
saying there. So for now, the engine is adequate.
It is, and for the market segment and for the buyer profile they discussed for the car,
And with that box, I'm okay with the engine.
yeah,
I'm okay
Yeah.
with it.
I speak under correction, and I hope I'm not sticking my neck out wrongly here. The 1.4 turbo had a 7-speed DCT.
Do you ever stick your neck out wrongly?
Not often.
Not often.
So
You're
I
on
think
you're on fairly safe ground here.
so imagine the extra price also includes the gearbox.
Yes. Yes.
It could be even more of a gap.
Yeah.
I think there's the issue. William,
Al,
nice one. Nice launch. Gonna have a good lunch now.
enjoyed the car.
We're
Fantastic.
gonna have a great lunch now. You know that, because that's one of the hardships we have to put up with on launches. We're gonna go and eat lunch now.
I'm so full already. I've eaten nothing. I've eaten all day.
Yeah, but you ate all the rubbish in the car on the drive. That's why.
Oh, there was a ton of it and it was delicious. Thanks, Hyundai.
For Motor Matters, he's Will. I'm Eleanor. See you next time.